Fielding is a defensive aspect of the game, and positioning, like in any other sport, is very important in baseball. The first baseman is going to stand about three big steps away from their first base, and wait for the ball face towards home plate. The second baseman is going to stand about halfway between first base and second base, a bit closer to second base because he's the second baseman. The shortstop will stand about halfway between third base and second base, and the third baseman will stand about three big steps off third base facing towards home. Every player is facing towards home. The left fieldman is going to stand between second base and third base, but in the outfield, so he's covering the left part of the outfield. The center fieldman is going to stand directly behind second base and home base, but he's going to be in the outfield, so he covers the center of the outfield. And the right fieldman is going to stand between first base and second base in the outfield, and all of these outfielders are facing towards home. The pitcher is going to stand on his mound, on his little plate, and the catcher is going to stand right behind the batter's box, right behind home plate. Tagging is also a really important defensive aspect of baseball. You tag people to get them out when they're stealing or when they're not forced to run. To tag, you're going to place yourself on the base with one heel on this side of the base and the other heel on this side of the base, facing towards home. Let's say the runner is coming from first to second. You're going to stand like this and wait for the ball. If the ball doesn't come directly at you, it's fine if you have to come off the base a bit, but try and stay as close as possible to the base. And when you get the ball, you're going to want to get it low so you can tag the person. When the batter hits a ball really far and the fielder can't get it all the way to the base that it's supposed to go, in baseball we have something called cutoff men. Two fielders usually stand in pairs, one behind the other, and to catch the ball and throw it on. If the ball comes directly to the first cutoff man, closer to the person who's throwing it, he catches it, he turns around, he throws it. Otherwise, if it bounces, you always leave it to the second man. In a cutoff situation, the catcher is always the boss of the situation. He's going to tell you to cut, or to leave, or to cut and say the name of the base, like cut third, and you cut it and you throw it to third. When a batter hits a ball and it goes on the ground, it's called a ground ball, and there are two ways of stopping a ground ball from passing you. The first way is to block it with your body. So you go on your side, so your leg can block the ball if you miss it, and this leg, and you're making a barrier out of your body, and you try to field it. But that's not a very effective way because you're going to have to get up and field it, and that's a slow aspect. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to attack the ball. You're going to come to it and field it in between your legs, closer to your left foot than your right foot if you're right-handed and your gloves in your left hand like me. Or if you can't field it inside of your left foot, you feel it on the outside of your left foot, because then you take a step and you throw it. If the ground ball is just out of reach, what you're going to want to do is call a backhand catch. What a backhand catch is, instead of feeling it on your right foot, which makes you out of balance, you're going to turn around and catch it like this, and then you can do a spinnerooski and throw it. When a ball is hit and it goes extremely high, it's called a pop-up. To field a pop-up, what you're going to want to do is try and keep your head as straight as possible, and one way that professionals do to keep their head straight and parallel to the ground is open their mouth. So when they're running, they open their mouth like this. And you're gonna have both hands like this, waiting for the ball to land in your glove, and the second it lands in your glove, you close your glove and you put your hand in it to secure it. If there's a runner on base, you're going to throw it to the base he came from. Something that's pretty difficult to do in baseball is a bare hand catch. Catching it bare hand, but it's extremely fast because it's directly in your throwing hand and you don't have to take it out of your glove. The bare hand catch, you're going to want to field on your right foot. If the ball is not moving, you're going to pick it up from on top and throw it in a four-seam grip, which is the normal way you hold the ball. If the ball is moving, you're going to scoop it and then throw it